Hello student, today we are going to learn about the thalamus. So what is thalamus? And thalamus is a relay center for all the sensation except olfaction. So in this topic we learn about the nucleus of thalamus, its afferent and efferent connection, medial and lateral geniculate body, function of the thalamus, and applied aspect of the thalamus. Physiological anatomy. So thalamus is a large oval structure. Is placed immediately lateral to the third ventricle. It has an anterior and posterior end and four surfaces: dorsal, ventral, medial and lateral. So this figure that showing the part of the thalamus: anterior part, lateral part, medial part and internal medullary lamina. Classification of thalamic nuclei. Anterior group of nuclei is there, lateral group of nuclei, ventral group of nuclei includes ventro-anterior nucleus, ventrolateral nucleus, ventral posterior nucleus. In that ventral postolateral nucleus, ventral postomedial nucleus and medial and lateral geniculate body. Dorsal group of nuclei are lateral dorsal nucleus, lateral posterior nucleus and pulvinar nucleus. Medial group of nuclei are dorsomedial nuclei, centromedial nucleus and other interlaminar nuclei and midline nuclei. After anatomical classification, functional classification. So in that non-specific projection nuclei, non-specific projection nucleus are those which receive the impulse for diffuse secondary response from the reticular activating system and project diffusely to the whole of the neocortex, midline nuclei and centromedial nucleus. Specific projection nucleus. Specific projection nucleus receive the specific sensation and project to the specific portion of the neocortex and limbic system. Specific sensory relay nuclei, median geniculate body, lateral geniculate body and postroventral group of nuclei. Motor control nuclei, ventrolateral group of nuclei, ventral anterior nucleus. Visceral afferent control nuclei, anterior group of nuclei and dorsomedial nucleus. Integrative and perceptual functional control nuclei, pulvinar nucleus, lateral posterior nucleus and dorsal lateral nucleus. So this is the figure that showing various nucleus: anterior nucleus, dorsomedial, intermedullary lamina, lateral dorsal nucleus, midline nucleus, centromedial nuclei, lateral posterior nuclei, reticular, extramedullary lamina, ventral anterior, ventral lateral, ventral posteromedial, ventral posterolateral, lateral geniculate body, medial geniculate body and pulvinar nuclei. Which are the connection of the thalamus? So there are various afferent and efferent connection. So afferent connection, so various nucleus, afferent connection arise from the mammillary body, substantia nigra, globus pallidus to ventroanterior nucleus, cerebellum to ventrolateral nucleus, spinal, medial and trigeminal lemniscus have afferent connection to the ventroposterolateral and ventroposteromedial nucleus, superior and inferior colliculus as posterior nucleus, LGB, optic tract, lateral lemniscus, medial geniculate body. Same way, efferent connection cingulate cortex, Anterior nucleus, ventroanterior nucleus has premotor cortex area number 6. Ventrolateral has motor cortex area number 4 and 6. Ventroposteromedial nucleus and ventroposterolateral nucleus sensory cortex area number 3, 1, 2, 4. Parietal, occipital and superior temporal cortex. Visual cortex area number 17. Auditory cortex, medial geniculate body area 41 and 42. Connection of non-specific projection nucleus. These are functionally associated with a diffuse thalamic projection, which produce marked changes in the electrical activity of the cerebral cortex when they are stimulated. Afferent to this nuclei come from the reticular activating system, basal ganglia, and other thalamic nuclei. Efferent from this nucleus project to the stratum and the entire cortex. Connection of specific projection nuclei. Specific projection nuclei receive the specific sensation and project to the specific portion of the neocortex and the limbic system. Depending upon the type of sensation, the specific projection nuclei can be divided into 4 groups. Specific sensory nuclei are the medial geniculate body. Afferent medial geniculate body receives the topically organized projection of the auditory fibers from the cochlear nerve, lateral lemniscus, and also from the inferior colliculi. Efferent's medial geniculate body project onto the auditory area of the cerebral cortex, area number 41 and 42. So these are the efferent connection to the medial geniculate body and efferent connection to the auditory cortex. Acoustic radiation, acoustic area of cerebral cortex. Lateral geniculate body. So lateral geniculate body show an ordinary organized representation of the retina. They receive the projection from the optic tract from the both the eyes. They also receive the projection from the superior colliculi. In the lateral geniculate body, macula is represented in the caudal 2/3, whereas the remaining retina is represented in the rostral 1/3. Efferent from the lateral geniculate body project topographically on the visual cortex of the occipital lobe, area 17, 18 and 19. Lateral geniculate body. So these are the afferent and efferent connection of lateral geniculate body. Afferent connection, raphe nuclei, locus coeruleus and other areas of pons and medulla. Efferents to the pulvinar, visual area, cerebral cortex and superior colliculus. Ventral posterior nucleus and ventral posteromedial nucleus, posterolateral, VPN and VPL, that is ventroposterolateral nucleus, ventral posterior medial nucleus, that is VPN. Afferents, medial lemniscus carrying the afferent fibers from the gristle nucleus, pineate nucleus and spinothalamic afferents terminate in the ventroposterolateral nucleus. The ventroposterolateral nucleus receives the somatosensory impulse, touch, pressure, pain, proprioceptive, temperature, kinesthetic from the trunk and limb, the whole body except the face. Trigeminal lemniscus carrying the afferents from the face and taste fiber terminate in the ventroposteromedial nucleus. Thus, the ventroposteromedial nucleus receives the somatosensory impulse from the face along with the sensation of the taste. Efferent. Ventral posterior nucleus is the main sensory nucleus and its efferents goes to the sensory cortex, area number 312, post central gyrus via posterior limb of internal capsule. Motor control nuclei. Ventral lateral nucleus is the chief motor nucleus of the thalamus. It acts as a relay center for the cerebral impulse. Ventral lateral nucleus. Ventrolateral nucleus receives the dentatothalamic fibers from the dentate nucleus of the opposite cerebellar hemisphere. It also receives the fibers from the globus pallidus via the thalamic fasciculus. Efferents. Project on the primary motor cortex and premotor cortex, area number 4 and 6, via posterior limb of internal capsule. This relay proprioceptive information and voluntary motor function. Ventral anterior nucleus. It is involved in the programming of the movements controlled by the basal ganglia. Efferents. Its efferents come from the globus pallidus, cerebellum, and substantia nigra. Efferents project on the premotor cortex. Area number 6. Visceral efferent control nuclei. Anterior nucleus. Efferents. Anterior nucleus belongs to the Pepys circuit of the limbic system. It is concerned with the recent memory and emotion. It receives the efferents from the hippocampus directly via the fornix and relay to the medullary body, that is medullothalamic tract. Efferents from the anterior nucleus goes to the cingulate gyrus, area 24 of the cerebral cortex. Dorsal medial nucleus. Dorsal medial nucleus has reciprocal connection with the prefrontal cortex and hypothalamus. Its point-to-point interaction with the prefrontal cortex implying important function in the thinking, remembering, judgment, and emotional behavior. Visceral efferent control nuclei. It is concerned with the integration of visual, auditory, and other sensation. Efferents. It receives the efferents from the superior and inferior colliculi. Efferents, it goes to the parietal, occipital, and superior temporal cortex. Lateral posterior nucleus. Efferents, it receives the fibers from the superior colliculus. Efferents, it reaches the cerebral cortex of the superior parietal lobule. They also reach the cingulate and parahippocampal area. Dorsal lateral nucleus. Efferents, it receives the efferents from the superior colliculus. Efferents projection is the cingulate gyrus, parahippocampal gyrus, and parts of the hippocampal formation. Some fiber reach the cortex of the parietal lobe. Now we will see the function of the thalamus. So thalamus is a sensory relay center. Almost all the sensory impulse except the olfactory, they reach the thalamic nuclei, which relay them to the cerebral cortex by series of projection fibers that term collectively known as thalamic radiation, that is ascending thalamocortical system. Because of this, thalamus is usually considered the head ganglion of all the sensory system. Center for integration of sensory impulse. Thalamus also forms a major center for integration and modification of the peripheral sensory impulse before the impulses are projected to specific areas of cerebral cortex. This function of thalamus is also known as processing of sensory information. Because of this, thalamus is considered as a functional gateway of the cerebral cortex. Crude center for perception of sensation. Thalamus also acts as a crude center for sense perception. Pain sensation is perceived in the thalamus itself. Usually sensation have two types, discriminative nature and affective nature. Discriminative nature is the ability to recognize the type, location, and other details of sensation. It is the function of cerebral cortex. Affective nature is the capacity to determine whether a sensation is pleasant or unpleasant, agreeable or disagreeable. It is the function of the thalamus. Center for integration of motor function. Thalamus receives the output from the basal ganglia and cerebellum before projecting to the motor cortex. Thereby it helps in the integration of motor function by unconscious regulation of the muscle tone. Also, thalamus has a function in the role in the arousal and alertness reaction. Majority of non-specific ascending impulse from the reticular activating system are relayed to the thalamus before it proceeds to the cortex. Through these fibers, the thalamus is involved in the controlling the level of consciousness and maintaining the state of alertness and wakefulness. Role in the emotional aspect of behavior. Because of the intimate connection between the thalamus and the frontal cortex and the hypothalamus, the thalamus is involved in the subjective feeling of various emotion. So this it acts as a part of the limbic system. It also forms a part of the Pepys circuit and is concerned with the recent memory and emotion. Role in the language. The thalamus is also concerned with the language function. Integration between the different cortical parts while subcortical connection in the thalamus help to achieve the speech. Role in the synchronization of the EEG. Thalamus also plays an important role in the genesis of synchronization of the EEG. Center for integration of visual and somatic function. Thalamus receives the somatic as well as autonomic sensation. So it is connected with the hypothalamus. Because of this, it also acts as center for integration of visceral and somatic function. Center for sexual sensation. Thalamus also acts as a center for perception of sexual sensation. Center for reflex activity. All the sensory fibers rely in the thalamus, so it forms the center for many reflex activity. Now we see the applied aspect of the thalamus. Thalamic syndrome. It is a disturbance of the emotional response to sensory experience. What are the causes of the thalamic syndrome? It is produced by the damage to the postroventral and posterolateral nuclei as a result of thrombotic blockage of the thalamo-geniculate branch of posterior cerebral artery. Symptoms and signs in the thalamic syndrome occur on the opposite side of the body. Sensory symptoms occur due to involvement of postroventral nucleus are stereognosis, thalamic phantom limb, patient is unable to locate the position of the limb with closed eyes and search for the limb in the air. Thalamic overreaction, the threshold for the pain, touch and temperature is decreased and the sensation become exaggerated and disaggregable. Motor symptoms due to involvement of posterolateral nucleus are ataxia, decreased muscle tone and profound muscle weakness occur due to damage to the cerebral efferents. Involuntary movements, chorea. Quick jerky movements occur, athetosis. Slow writhing and twisting movements occur, intention, tremors occur. Thalamic hand or athetoid hand. That refers to the abnormal posture of the hand that occurring in the patient with the thalamic syndrome. It is characterized by moderate flexion of the wrist with hyperextended fingers.